Hey guys, Fat Daddy. Today we're going to make some pepperoni. Look, I like pepperoni. Haven't made it before, so this is going to be my first shot at it. So we're going to take it, so we're only going to do 5 pounds. So I got 5 pounds of beef here, ground beef. Just put this in here. You know, I went out today to buy, or yesterday to buy some beef to grind up. And it was actually at the Restaurant Depot in Needham, and it was actually cheaper to buy Angus already ground up. So I got 5 pounds of ground beef in here. Alright. And to that, I need to add, let's see, for every pound I need to add 1 tablespoon of the seasoning mix and 1 3/4 teaspoon of the maple pure. So let's just break this up a bit. Now before I started this, I washed my hands, the tub, the table, the stuffer, washed everything with alcohol just to get rid of anything on it. Let's just break that up a little bit. Alright, so that's what this is. This is alcohol. I just put it in a spray bottle, and a little easier to use than trying to pour it out of the jar. Alright, so I need, for every pound, I need 1 3/4 teaspoon of the maple cure. Now this has got the pink salt, like Prague powder. So let me stir it all up, make sure it's all stirred up good. Because we're going to be smoking this. There's 1 3/4. There's 1 3/4. I got 5 pounds, so I need 5 of them. There's 1 3/4. Well, 1 3/4. That's 4. That's 5. Alright, that gives me enough for my 5 pounds of beef. And then for this I need tablespoons. So I need 1 tablespoon for every pound. So I got 5 pounds. Let's give it a quick stir. So everything is good and stirred up in there. Three, 4, 5. All right. I do have a meat mixer, but I figured for 5 pounds, I'm not going to bother pulling it out. So we just need to get in there, and you just really need to make sure that you work all that in there. And we're going to add a little bit of water to this, and it's probably only going to come out to, as far as the water, it's only going to come out to probably, I don't know, half a cup, 1/4 of a cup, a couple of heavy tablespoons. We'll see. We just want to add water to just make it a little tacky. And this, by the way, is a this still there, boy. This is just a mix that I got from Cabela's. So I haven't used it yet. So I'm not sure exactly how it's going to be. So I'm only doing 5 pounds. Alright. I've got about 1/8 of a cup of water here. I'll add that. Some people will mix their water, their seasonings in their water, and they say it helps it disperse more evenly through the meat, but to be quite honest, I don't see it. I think I get it just as good by working it. So you're just going to be, but see how now it's starting to get tacky? You're starting to stick to your hands. You want it fairly tacky. When you're making any sausage or anything like that, you want to get it nice and tacky. So if you have to, you can add a little more water. If you wanted to, you could have added wine, red wine, or if you like that kind of thing. But for me, I want the pepperoni to be, you know, just, I want to try just their spices first before I change it and see if I like it. That's getting nice and tacky now. I think it's all mixed through there, the spices. See, now the maple cure, that's got some Prague powder in it, which is basically instant cure number 2. And that has the nitrates and the nitrites in it. So we're going to be smoking this. If we were just making sausage, I'd just use the nitrates. But where I'm going to be smoking it, I need both long and short-term protection. So that's mixed up nice, I think. Let's see. Yeah, it's nice and tacky now. And that's what we're going to be left with. So that's 5 pounds of ground beef. And this is actually 80, it's Angus. What this is 81% beef, 19% fat. So it's 81-19. All right, so let's wash my hands down again. The alcohol does a pretty good job of getting the fat off here too. All right. Yeah, good enough. So you can see I have my stuffer here. I've got those stuffing horn. Again, all of these parts, the stuffing horn goes into the retaining ring. That screws on to the front. This is my lem. This is, I think, a 5-pound stuffer. So it's not a big one, but you really don't need a big one, you know. This whole stuffer, the inside, the retaining ring, the horn, the threaded parts, everything was washed down with alcohol. And I've got the body here. This ring, this plastic piece here, unscrews. This red ring, rubber ring, is the seal for around your stuffer. It has air relief in it, so that when you're going down, it lets the air out as it's pushing the meat out of the stuffer. You need to take this ring off every time you use it. When you clean it, the ring slides up into a groove. Nasty stuff can grow under that ring, so make sure you take that ring off. Everything, the ring, everything on here was washed in alcohol again. And I just screwed this right to the table because I got sick and tired of trying to make these clips that come with it work. So where I don't have a wife to yell at me, I just screwed it right to the table. Now, the next thing, when you're packing your horn, you know, your stuffer, you want to pack it and have no air pockets if possible. So make like a big meatball and just throw it right in there. The goal is to force any air out as you're going this down here. Push it right in there. Get any air out of it. You stuff it in there good. Okay, this is a 5-pound stuffer, so I should fit just about everything I got in here. Yeah, just gonna fit. All right. All right, get it right in there. You got to have room for that ring, that rubber to fit in there. All right, I'll be right back. Let me go wash my hands. All right, then back. Now this kit that I bought was from Cabela's, the snack stick kit. It was for pepperoni. Normally I will make my own, I use my own spices and stuff, but for some reason I bought this kit from Cabela's. So that's what I'm trying to make. And what I'm going to do, now just stick the stuffer in here. Now it fits in. You got to kind of get it under that air intake. And then the little tabs fit in under these tabs here and lock this thing in. All right? So now we're just going to crank this thing down. Make sure that'll go here. Here we go. It can take a minute to get... All right, I got meat starting to come out the horn. Now the kit came with a casing that's collagen, you know, like a man-made casing. I'm not big on man-made anything. I actually would have used it, but I didn't have the right size horn for the collagen casings. So I have some hog casings here. This is what I use for making my sausage. You open it up, slide it over the horn. A lot of people wet the horn. I really didn't even need to wet it, as long as your casing is good and wet. And when I get to the end, I take and tie a little knot in the casing. Let's see, maybe I need a little more. There we go. All right, tie a little knot in the casing. Slide your horn on there. And I just ripped it. Okay, let's try it again. Go backwards a little thicker. All right. Now what I'm going to do is just poke a small hole in the casing to let air out. All right. Now let's see. It's a lot easier when you have two guys. So what I'm going to do is hold on to the casing. What you want to do is you want to let the casing come off just as you push it. Let it come off all by itself. The goal is to make one big even sausage. And it's awful hard when you're doing this alone. You see, it's not coming out bad. This is my first time I've actually had to crank. I usually have an assistant here. Now, if you try and stuff too much into the casing, your casing's gonna explode. So you can see it's like getting bigger and bigger. See how it's starting to come out here? I'm putting a little bit too much into the casing there. Now let's see, we just keep stuffing. And sometimes it helps to have a little oil on your table. It helps the casing slide around a little bit more. Again, it's a little easier with an extra set of hands. Just go slow. Now if you don't have a stuffer, you could just make you could use a funnel, like that white one up here. It's a pain in the ass, but you could load your casing up on this funnel like they used to in the old days, put the meat in and just keep jamming the meat in with your finger. And you can actually stuff it that way, but it just takes forever. I bought this, oh no, see I'm at the end of my casing, I'm gonna need another casing. All right, so when you take it off, So there's our first round of pepperoni. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually meter these out into stick size, about that big. And then we're just going to twist them up. Give it 4 or 5 twists. Then get another stick out. About here. And twist it the other way. And get out another stick. About here. And twist it the other way. And then another stick. Oh, beautiful. So now I've got my sticks of pepperoni. What I'll do, so what I'm going to do with these is I'm going to let them go out into the smoker.